Hello, everyone. Let's start with the second lesson, which is the operators. So, as you already read the chapter, in C Sharp, there are multiple operators which are for the math and also the Boolean operators. And there are also multiple other operators. So, let's start with our examples. So, let's create our folder first. So, this is our lesson 2. And in our lesson 2, we are going to have our examples, project, and tasks. And currently, we are in our examples. So let's create our scene, which is lesson 2 example. And let's make the main camera black. And what scripts are we going to need? So first is our score manager. And again, we are going to have the similarly player health. And after that, we are going to have our enemy AI script. So it is going to chase a player. So let's create those scripts first. So let's create our first script, which is the score manager. And then we have our player health script. And finally, our enemy AI script. So now let's open up those scripts inside Visual Studio. And let's close the rest of the scripts. Lesson 1 is done. Now we are inside lesson 2, enemy AI, player health, and score manager. So for our score manager, what it does is it just calculates the score using our addition operator, public int score equal to 0. We can test it. How the score is back. Inside our update, we are just going to check if the score is increased. And similarly, it is going to be for our player health. Let's attach our namespace. So lesson 2 slash examples. And we are not going to use underscore. Similarly, for player health, that attach the namespace. And inside our player health, again, it is going to be a simple script. So we calculate the health. So CLI field private integer for the max health, private integer for the current health. And inside our start, we'll set our current health. We already have the start. So current health is max health, and inside our update, we are going to have two methods. So if h and our edge, then we are going to use the take damage, and also we'll need the heal. Hmm. Take damage 25. If input dot get key down of edge, then heal off 15. So let's wait. Take damage, then we are going to take the damage, and mathf.clamp current health. Player took the damage, and similarly for the heal, so player is healed, and that should be it. And yeah, so next we have our enemy AI. So let's put it in the namespace, lesson to examples. And inside our enemy AI, what we needed to do is choose our player. So we are going to need a reference to the player. It automatically filled everything. Chase range, move speed, and is awake. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, hmm. Hmm. Serialized speed and private boom is chasing. Inside our start, we are going to set is chasing to be false. And whenever we click C, we are going to chase the player. So if input, we have multiple updates. I mean, it had to. So we can't. So first we are going to check for the input. So input dot get key down of C. Then we are going to chase, and if we are not chasing, then we are not going to do anything. But if we are chasing, then we'll calculate the distance, and we'll calculate the direction, distance to player, and the direction. Transform dot position, direction, mouse speed, time, data time. Okay, okay. I mean, it can be done. It can be more optimized, but doesn't matter. So if we are in the detection range, then the enemy is going to move towards the player. So let's add all three of the scripts. So when we press space or Chendi for the healing and the damage, and finally our enemy AI. So let's go inside Unity and let's create the scripts. So this is going to be our player, and for reference, let attach a sprite renderer to see how our player looks. Not this. Where is our Fortnite? Nice. So this is going to be your player. We'll attach our score manager. Let's test the score first. So when we hit space, our score should increase. And next we have our player health. So again, we can damage and heal the player. So when we press H, current health, and when we press D, the minimum health goes to doesn't go below zero. Finally, we are going to need our enemy. So let's add the enemy, and we'll also add this right render. And for the sprite, let's use a circle sprite, and we'll position it a little bit higher, and we'll add attach our enemy AI script, and it should follow our player. So at the start, it is not going to follow, as it is not going to chase the player. But when we press C, as you can see, it started chasing the player. And also we can have it stop chasing by pressing C again. So that was it for the examples of our lesson 2. And in the next part, we are going to cover the project.